Hello there. I would like to present to you my bike. This is a 2023 Kona Rove DL chromoly steel frame and steel fork. I bought it in the late 23 for almost 2,000 euros. This is the size 56 and I am 1 meter 81 with a long inseam of almost 89 centimeters, and the size 56 fits me almost perfect. I tested also 54, but it was too small, and 58 was not available at this moment, so I bought the 56 and made some little upgrades and changes. So this is the classic frame, chromoly steel. I suppose it's double butted, but Kona doesn't state up their site what kind of butting they use, so I think it's double butted because the frame is not really super expensive. All the cables are routed externally. You can run 1x like this setup, or you can run 2x with the brace on. There are momentarily there are 3 models available on the Kona side. So you get one in red colors with Sora, I think 2x, this model, then DL with 1x setup, and Rove LTD with 2x 11 GRX setup, and also carbon fork. This one has a steel fork. So really nice frame, really utilitarian. It's got a lot of mounts. So on the fork you got 3-pack mounts, and also one extra downside, and also the fender mounts. So it's more practical to use this mount for your fenders, because I will show later on the other side you got the brake caliper and the struts from the mudguards fenders. They collide with the brake caliper, so it's more handy to use this one. Then you got a little bit offset on the other side. So steel fork, it got mounts for fenders, yes, here. The down bearing on the on the head tube is internal, but in the top side is well external. Moving along, so you got 2 classic bottle cage mounts, 1, 2, and 1 mount for a bottle cage of something else on the down tube. You don't have top tube mounts. Moving to the back side of the bike, this classical collar clamp, rack mounts, 2 on each side, also here, and fender mounts. So mounts here, maybe this side is better, for fenders, for the bridge, and a one here. Sorry for my bike, it's not really proper for this moment. I just got back from a ride, so I didn't wash it. Okay, moving back to the front. So that's are the stock handlebars. In size 56 they are 440 millimeters wide, aluminum. They got a little bit flare, but not really much, so it's more and the drop is actually wide, so it's more like road style handlebar. I put it in a lizard skins bar tape on it, 3.2 millimeters with some gel pads underneath it, but I messed it up. So it's coming loose, so I use just isolation tape to to put it all in piece. So yeah, that's not really good work from me. But I'm going to retape it in the future, so no problem. The stem, the stock stem is normal in one-piece aluminum from Kona 90 millimeters, but I changed it to redshift stem with a little bit amortization. I'm not going to review it. There are plenty other videos on YouTube, but what can I say? It's really worth the money. It really works, and the ride is much smoother and comfortable. The head tube with some spacers. Okay, external bearings. Moving back, the standard Kona seat post is from aluminum. I changed it to a carbon one. That's the cheapest that I found, I think, here on one of the websites. But it works, it flexes a little bit, so it gives noticeable addition to comfort. The saddle is Selle Italia Gravel Novus. The stock is WTB Volt, 124 millimeters wide. Dus die stock saddle was quite good for some time, but when I went to a 3-day bikepacking trip with a lot of steep climbs, I got my ass got a lot of blisters. So it was not really pleasant. So I changed it to this one, and no blisters so far. So it's a really good saddle, quite cushy. But yeah, that's just a personal preference. A little bit offset. Okay, now to the wheels. That are the stock wheels from WTB. It is WTB rims with Formula hubs, I think. The hubs in front are cap and cone bearings, so really easy to maintain. The wheel is 650B stock. That's the tires, also stock Maxxis Ramblers, 650B by 47 millimeters. Quite good fast rolling pattern, quite durable tires. The wheels are tubeless ready, and I'm running tubeless here, but you have to convert it, so you have to put some tape, sealant and valves. But it holds pressure. The tubeless setup is really easy, no problems whatsoever. So yeah, the 32 spokes. So really durable wheel in general. On the back, the same wheel. But in the back I had some issues with the rim, and this is the most common problem in WTB rims. So this is the stock wheel, but this is the second one, because I had to quick buy a new wheel because I was leaving the next day, and the bike shop had just this one in stock van 650B, so I took the same wheel, but the previous wheel was in crack on the spoke nipple, so here was completely broken, and you couldn't through the wheel anymore. So yeah, that's one of the biggest issues from this rims. I read on the internet that a lot of people have issues with the wheels, but yeah, not everyone, but it happens by WTB. So yeah, so this is the second one. What else? So now maybe the drivetrain. So back to the top. This is the stock SRAM Rival, completely mechanical group set. Quite durable. So as you see, I dropped the bike a few times, and I fell a few times on this bike, and it still works. It shifts under problems. Comfortable, really comfy hoods, ook for all day riding. This is 1x setup, so this one got only the shifter on the right side, and the left is just in the brake lever. This fully mechanical. The crankset. That's one of the pieces that I have changed. So the stock is the stock bike comes with the Apex 42 crankset, but I live here in a really hilly terrain, and that was the fastest and cheapest option to make more range on your gears, so I changed it to SRAM NX. Dus that is this is in the mountain bike crankset with a threaded on DAB bottom bracket. So really nice. And now with the combination of 32, because this is 32 teeth chainring. This combination with the 1142 cassette, and I've got a lot of range to climb steep hills, even with the bike loaded. So 1142 cassette. This one particular is van SRAM, but I don't know the model. PC something. The derailleur, this SRAM Rival. It works really well, durable. I bent it 2 times, and yeah, I just had to straighten the derailleur hanger, and it shifts with no problems. So really robust derailleur. Yeah. Okay, now the other side made it brakes, so I'm not going to turn the bike, I'm just going to show it like this. So this brakes from TRP 160mm front and back with the flat mount calipers, TRP Spire. Dus mechanical actuated brakes, really easy to set up, enough stopping power even with the bike loaded, so I'm really happy about it. But the stock bikes comes with TRP high roads calipers. That's our hydraulic brakes, but cable actuated. So yeah, it runs a cable like this, and it's got a little bit reservoir on the top with brake fluid. So when you pull the cable, the piston pushes the mineral oil into calipers, and you got a little bit more stopping power. But the main issue with these brake calipers is that they are a little bit tricky to set up. They are really ugly and big, and I got some mechanical failure with these brakes. On one of the rides, just the O-ring from the piston was completely loose, so I lose all of the oil, and I couldn't brake anymore. So I said I'm going to change it because I want more simple solutions and more robust. So I throw it out, the 2 brake calipers. Do I have to say something? Yeah. So you saw I got a little bit scratches here and there. Mostly is from the cable rubbing. So I painted just with nail polish. Here a little bit down. Yeah, it's the bike. I use the bike in various conditions on the tracks that I don't know. So yeah, sometimes I have to go through bushes, single tracks, rough terrain. So a lot of hits from the stones and pebbles, and yeah, you cannot avoid it. Here on the top I use an ESI silicone tape to protect the frame. It's really nice tape. It glues to itself and it doesn't use real glue. So when you wrap it back, so if you want to take it out, you don't have to wash the glue from the frame. So it's really nice. This ESI silicone tape, I put it here and one on the front from my foodie bag. I've done a lot of kilometers, and I think something like 7,000 kilometers on this bike. Bikepacking trips, also hilly terrain, muddy terrain, dry terrain, all kinds of various conditions, and I'm really happy about this bike. Yeah, the plush steel frame dampens all of the road chatter, especially on the gravel. I could go wider if I would, because if you check here on the front, it's got a lot of clearance. I think you can put 2.2 tire on the front, or more maybe, but on the back it's not really a lot of clearance. So with 650B I wouldn't go wider than 50. I know that this bike can take also 700C wheels. I think the maximum clearance was 700C on 45mm tire in the back and 50mm tire in the front. So yeah, there's enough clearance for wider tires. Yeah, I think it's all that I wanted to say. If you got any questions about the bike, you can always write them on the comments, and I'm going to try to answer them. Okay, bye.